Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? I'm gonna rant a little bit. I'm sorry. It's my birthday too. I actually took my birthday hat off for this video because I'm kind of frustrated right now and I don't know how to act. And I don't know what to think, and I don't know so many things right now. This is not about a game most of you play, Fire Emblem Heroes, Final Fantasy XIV, Summoner's War, Fate Grand Order. This is about Lionheart Dark Moon, a game that's been very dear to me. I've been loving it so much, but so many of their changes just seem to like stab me in the gut a little bit here and there, and just repeatedly kind of jab at you, and they don't feel right and they don't sit right. But recently, we were told that January would be the month where they fix things, where they, I can't remember the quote exactly, but it would be a month to work on bugs, and all that side of things. And it's my birthday today, and I knew the patch was coming today. I felt it, I could feel it, and I was so excited because there's so many things in this game that need work. It's got such a brilliant balance of everything, except for their direction, and their direction is really frustrating me right now. So this is the patch we were given today. We were given patch notes before, but they weren't set in stone, so I did not bother judging them. A couple things scared me on them, but now these are 100% set in stone. They're in the game, and this is what we have. So I want to go through a little bit of it with you guys here, and we'll make this a little bigger, just so you guys can see. So first off is a new event, which is awesome. I like new events. I'm always good with new events. Nothing wrong here. There's a new hero as well. Also, this is kind of cool for me. Event exclusive heroes can now be found in summon keys, if not yet owned, blah, 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 blah. I really like that as well. This is a really cool change. I'm glad that you're keeping them locked, because they were event exclusive, and it'd be unfair to the people who kind of bought them thinking they were going to be exclusive. This is another really good change here, and it's hero token entries in the shop front page now start with a lower coin cost than they did previously and end up with a higher coin cost as more are purchased. I'm guessing they noticed nobody was really buying these, which makes sense because they were just so much money. Depending on what this has changed to, and we will look at the game after this, by the way, this could be a really, really good thing. I'm also glad they say that the total cost has been increased because you're not meant to buy them all. It's good to get a couple here and there, which is fantastic. Goals, these are all changed. This is great. This is great. I want to look at these now. The ones I'm gonna go. I've read through this already. I'm gonna go through the ones that kind of struck me as odd. This one here really struck me as odd. It says the crown's cost of 10 loot tokens has been increased from 200 crowns to 250 crowns, and this is basically like a stamina refresh in Fire Emblem Heroes, or a energy refresh in Summoner's War. But the thing is, 200 crowns was already ridiculous. I don't think anybody outside of the top end pay-to-win people were ever refreshing, just because 200 crowns in this game is a nuts amount to get. So this really doesn't make sense to me. For me, it feels like they're trying to hit the people that are always going to do it anyway, because people like me, even though I spend money on this game, I'm never going to spend 200 crowns to do a refill. It's over in 3 seconds, doesn't feel right. And just doesn't feel like it was priced right, as is 200. It was actually one of the things I thought was way overpriced in the shop. So that kind of seems really weird to me, and I would love to know why they made that change. There's some good changes too. Like, this isn't all bad, obviously. A lot of this is good. Legendary pets are now properly previewed. This is a good bug fix that needed to change. I had no idea where the legendary pets dropped. I thought they were it was meant to be like that, and I thought they were supposed to be like a surprise when they dropped, but I'm glad they now show. They changed a lot of the dragon and black spaces between. That really pissed me off too. I'm sure that was like an accidental change they put in though. There's also a ton of hero fixes right here. None of these are negative as far as I know. They were all pretty much positive that I noticed. Basically everything was a buff from what I checked, but again, I'm not entirely sure. Balance changes. We have the location of hero tokens in the world to be shuffled. We'll see if that was a good or a bad thing coming soon, but we can expect this. I do like this as well. And we're getting to the first big part that just like hurts. It just hurts so much, and it doesn't make sense. So this is the first one that really hits me hard, and it says equipping a pet after the first time now costs coins, increasing a cost until the maximum of 25,000. Each pet's equip cost is now remembered and does not reset. So for those of you who don't know, 25,000 gold is a ridiculous amount. Like a ridiculous amount of gold to cost. Especially since whenever you're going to be equipping a pet like this, you're going to be swapping pets. So odds are you'll have to do this twice. You'll have to unequip from one, equip it there, unequip from one, equip it there. So it'll cost 50,000 total, assuming you're at the max. Even if this cost 100 gold or 150 gold, it would still be really difficult, as gold is so rare in this game. I cannot believe they did this, and I want to go back to a Discord comment I did in the suggestions forum about a week ago when they gave us the patch preview, and I want to read out my comment there. Okay, so this is the comment, and again, I made this last Saturday, so it was right after they showed us the preview of what would happen, and I said, please rethink. And Kevin is the frontliner for ECG, the one who takes the blunt of our trauma on Discord, and I praise him for that. And I said, please rethink the costs associated with pet changing. This game is in an experimentation and fun part. We are just at the start of this game. It just came out a couple months ago. I'm loving moving my pets around and having a blast with different units. With the added gold costs, even if it's just 100 here or there, it's going to make this a lot less fun. I said, I understand it's a problem with people leveling up 4 pets, and that's that. It's also a problem with the draft dungeon shenanigans, but so is the cheating parts of that, and this isn't going to stop that. I feel like this is a direct change so that people like Crucial, I'm sorry to always keep mentioning you, Crucial, but you're just the poster boy for exactly who I'm trying to explain sometimes. And others who spend a lot of money and have max pets are forced to do more than they currently have. I've spent money, but my highest pet is level 20 at this point, and I'm constantly changing pets around. Feels like Draft Dungeon was a clever way to make people need more pets and skills while still being really fun. I would love to see how pets interact in here, tweaked instead of adding this band-aid. And I said another big example is event experimentation. I can't count how many times I move pets around experimenting with this event. It's especially frustrating that sometimes you don't even actually want the best pet on. You want the one that makes AI do something weird so your RNG gets you through. And people who play this game will understand that. And I said I spent 250k or so gold on this event to be able to beat it on the 8th stage, and it was a lot of fun. If I had to move all my pets around, especially especially since I can only use one element type. So there's also one element type weekly dungeons, usually once a week, so you'd have to switch your pets to that to really be able to do it. And you don't get enough gold to level everything. And I said another example is PvP. I have a set of monsters I use for PvP, and they need very specific pets for it. If I want to use those in PvE, I have to completely switch up their pets again, and I have to do this daily. That's something I have to do. If I want to use these monsters in PvE now, I literally just cannot use them for PvP because their skill sets will not work together, and they are specifically designed for PvP. So that's really frustrating because you also don't get multiples of monsters. And I said, overall, this is just really limiting, and I could potentially take a lot of strategy out of the game for anyone that isn't like the previously stated people, sorry Crucial, who put in a lot of money. I feel like something like this may be good in the long run, but in the current state of the game with the experimentation and fun that's required, I don't think it's for the best. So as you can see, I made my voice heard. I try to be as nice as constructive as possible because I'm never really mean to people. I never try to be negative unless there's a reason, and I try to be constructive while I'm being constructive. Another thing I wanted to show is his response after. He says, I love all the comments when you guys haven't even seen the full patch notes yet. So after that, I stopped commenting, I stopped judging, I stopped everything because I figured it would be a good thing in the end. And it's not at all. It's a bad thing. It's a very bad thing, and I'm really stressed out about it. So anyway, let's go back into the patch notes here. This is going to be a long video, by the way. And there's a bunch more things in here, but nothing too major. I will go back into the game now for a couple other things I really wanted to take a look at. So let's go into Dark Moon here. And there are some things that were hidden from us that were not in the patch notes that are very massive. And these are the things I want to go through right now. First off, let's take a look at the shop here. You can see the price has dropped substantially. I can't remember what it was before, but this is a big price drop in the shop. This is fantastic. This is a really good change, and I'm really happy with this. It'll let me buy those legendary pieces when they come up. Hopefully they're like 15,000 now. Before they were 25,000, which is just out of reach. I have a lot of gold right now, but that's because I'm a hoarder. Usually people have way less than that. So some things we found out that are now not the same way as they were, and were not in the patch notes. There are 3 things I found. First off, upgrading from very rare 5 to very rare 6, which I think is the legend or the epic one, now takes 250 pieces instead of 200. Oh, you can't see it. In the bottom right of the screen there, it now takes 250 pieces instead of 200 to upgrade a very rare to very rare 5 to 6. I'm not sure if they're all changed, but I know that one for sure is. That one is the same, I think. Who else do I have upgraded? Sorry, this might take a second to find one I'm looking for here. There we go. Very rare 4 to very rare 5 is now 150 instead of 100. So those are big changes. If you think about the changes they made in the shop to make them cheaper, it feels like this is counteracted by that. Not only that, but if you weren't buying them in the shop, it's even longer. That's another 50 days or so. Or 30 to 50 days depending on the unit, depending on if they're in the rotation or not. I'm not sure if the epic one was changed. I don't have any epics high enough to check. But this was also changed, rare to very rare, because I was 11 away from doing this Mirror Night, and that really sucks, because I was just about to do this. Not today, but tomorrow I was going to upgrade that as well. I am nowhere near this anymore, so that's a really, really, really big frustration, especially if it's not in the patch notes. This is something that's really huge and definitely should be in the patch notes. Next up, we want to look at the hidden cost increase in upgrading pets. So if we look at this pet right here, it now costs 13,000 to upgrade this pet. Once at level 20. That's ridiculous, like absolutely ridiculous. The cost to upgrade the pet before was already ridiculous. This is like especially ridiculous for how much gold you get per day. Especially now that we need to level up more in the first place. People were like, you know, if they're gonna make us charge us to upgrade to use different pets, they're gonna lower the price, because that only makes sense, because it's already too hard to use them. That's why we have to move these pets around. But no, they made it about double the cost, I think, from before. If you look at this one as well, 9,000 to upgrade at level 14. I can't believe it. I'm in just complete shock right now. I'm sure there's more that's hidden that we don't know about, but it is what it is. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm a little disappointed right now. I'm a lot disappointed right now, and I'm really stressed about it. I love this game. I love this game so much. Everybody who's stuck with this game through the issues it's had, through the shots we've been taking back and forth, we all love this game, and this just hurts. It just hurts so much, and I just don't even know anymore, guys. Kevin, anybody, if you could maybe clarify, you know, why you felt this was necessary, why you felt like doubling the cost of our pets, why you felt like increasing the amount it took for tokens already, why you felt that unequipping and rearranging pets can go up to 25,000 gold, which is more than a day's worth of farming, by the way, was a good thing. I would love to hear it, because I just don't know anymore, especially since this felt, the way you were talking, it seemed as if this was the day, the month for us to really get rewarded, you know? We don't seem to get rewarded. We just seem to keep getting hit when we're down, and it's really frustrating, you know? It's really, really frustrating. Anyway, have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys next time, and I'm gonna keep playing as I always do, but hopefully things turn around. Bye now.